It's strange how one single moment can change everything. You can be laughing one second and completely shattered the next. That's exactly what happened to me on a night that was supposed to be full of laughter, love, and celebration. But instead, it became a moment I'll never forget. Because that night, my wife decided to embarrass me in front of everyone. And what happened next left her absolutely speechless. Have you ever felt that sting when someone you trust, someone you love deeply, turns a private weakness into a public joke? It hits differently when it's not a stranger, but your own partner. That's what made that night unforgettable for me. Because in that moment, I realized something had changed forever. It all started at a dinner party organized by some of our close friends. The atmosphere was warm, the lights were soft, and laughter echoed across the room. My wife, always the social butterfly, was in her element, joking, chatting, and making everyone laugh. I was happy to see her so alive, so free. I didn't know that I was about to become the punchline of her next joke. As the evening went on, someone mentioned relationships, and somehow the topic shifted toward the most embarrassing thing your partner has done. My wife, with that mischievous smile, jumped right in. "Oh, you have no idea," she said, turning to the group. "My husband once tried to surprise me by cooking dinner and nearly set the kitchen on fire." Everyone burst out laughing. I smiled too, trying to brush it off, but she wasn't done. She kept going, talking about how I couldn't fix simple things around the house, how I got lost driving in our own neighborhood, how I once mixed up salt with sugar when baking cookies. Each story was met with more laughter. Every giggle felt like a tiny knife twisting deeper into my chest. I looked around, trying to hold my composure. It wasn't just teasing anymore, it was humiliation. When I finally looked at her, she was laughing so hard she didn't even notice how uncomfortable I'd become. That's when something inside me quietly snapped. Not in anger, but in clarity. I realized that sometimes silence isn't weakness, it's preparation. The next day, I didn't confront her. I didn't argue. I just started to change. I began fixing small things around the house, learning quietly. I took a cooking class on weekends without telling her. I started working out, reading more, and improving myself. Not for revenge, but to rebuild my dignity. Weeks later, we hosted another get-together, this time at our place. Our friends were there again, expecting the usual chatter and laughter. During dinner, one of them joked about that old kitchen fire story. But before my wife could speak, I smiled and said, "Actually, why don't I show you all what I've learned since then?" I walked into the kitchen and served a 3-course meal, dishes I'd practiced for weeks. Everyone was surprised. Compliments poured in. My wife looked stunned, almost speechless. And when I told them I'd renovated parts of the house myself and even fixed the wiring issue she'd once teased me about, the room fell silent. Then, applause! She looked at me, her eyes soft, her smile nervous. For the first time, she realized I wasn't the man she could publicly mock anymore. I didn't need to humiliate her back. My growth spoke louder than any words could. That night, when everyone left, she hugged me quietly and said, "I didn't realize how much it hurts you. I'm sorry." And in that moment, I understood something profound. Sometimes the best revenge isn't payback or anger. It's silence, effort, and transformation. It's proving to yourself that you were never the joke. You were the story waiting for a powerful ending. So if someone ever tries to embarrass you, remember, you don't need to fight to prove your worth. Just grow, evolve, and let your success be your loudest reply. Because nothing leaves people more speechless than watching the person they underestimated rise without saying a word.